impact snap, we're talking distance wedges. Want to show you a simple way to really control your wedges using the impact snap, and then how to apply it in your practice. Simple way, when you think about practicing wedge control, if I turn the red lettering 1/4 turn toward the target, lock the bar up against my forearm. If I think in terms of, okay, here's waist high to waist high, here's chest high to chest high, here's shoulder high to shoulder high. If we isolate the wrist, well, we know that that won't be a big power source. So where we're getting our power from is the use of our trail arm and the use of a pivot. Pivot being with the legs, the torso, and they're just supporting what the arm is doing. So simple way of training, whether it be with a gap wedge, a sand wedge, a pitching wedge, let's hit 4 or 5 balls waist high to waist high, chest high to chest high, shoulder high to shoulder high. And if you watch a player like Steve Stricker or Zach Johnson, that's how they're controlling their distances so well. Go ahead. Okay, so now I'm at a middle distance. This distance is set at 60 yards. I'm just going up to about chest high, or where the bottom button or the zipper would come down, about in line with your sternum. Again, the wrist is isolated. So after a few reps, what I'm trying to do is calibrate then how far does each wedge go when I perform certain functions. So again, here's my sand wedge. I'm going to go about chest high with a mini pivot. And now I've got a 62-yard shot, or a 60-yard shot. Chest high, no wrist, pivot. Where I see a lot of people make mistakes, when they get done, their wrist and club are all over the place. They really don't have any feedback other than what did the ball just do. And kind of the point of these exercises is I want you to have the feedback of, hey, are my arms relatively long and are they close together, or is my radius pretty long? So when you watch tour players, they're not like this. Their arms aren't collapsing. Their wrists are not bending and twisting all over the place. Simple way of getting control over your swing, and certainly over your wedges, is to have a defined checkpoint at the end where I finish with full radius. When you finish with the same radius, well, then the length of the backswing determines how far the ball is going to go. The really cool thing about finishing with this, we have a club face that's not twisting and turning. We have a bounce that's not changing, which really makes the spin of the ball very repetitive from one ball to the next to the next. Again, this is just a chest high with a mini pivot. Now I'm dialing in my 62-yard wedge.